Hello everybody and welcome back in the Blue Cross Arena at the War Memorial here in Rochester, New York. The Rochester Americans taking on the Toronto Marlies in round one, the first two games here in Rochester in the best of five. Dustin Tokarski called back from Buffalo back to Rochester for this playoff round. He's in between the pipes for Rochester. Ian Scott between the pipes for the Toronto Marlies. Here we go. Here comes game one. The Marlies in away home blue and the Americans in home away white. Here comes the opening draw. The Americans and the Marlies. Draw one back by Rochester. Fitzgerald to Ellie. Up the boards. Looks to play it along. That's given away. Petronero after his man. Big hit early on. And that's going to be a penalty. Wow. That's going to be a penalty. And it looked clean to me. I don't know what you think on this play. There's a stop by Scott. Rebound as well. Three chances touched up. And Rochester's getting an early power play. Yeah, I don't agree with this. You know, that looks clean to me. If it was on the player's back, that's different. On the numbers, then that's definitely a cross-check, right? But this looked clean. I don't think this should be a penalty. Here's the draw, and it's one back by Rochester. A shot to the net, stopped by Scott. Throws it, clears it down the ice for the Marlies. Racing after it. In the corner, there's a push and a shove here in the Rochester zone. Yeah, we got something brewing, and there's going to be another penalty here. This one, again, to the Toronto Marlies, and Rochester's going to have an early 5-on-3. Wow. So 5-on-3 now for the Rochester Americans. Toronto taking two early penalties here in game one. Not the way you want to start a playoff game, that's for sure. Draw one back. Petronero clears it down the ice. That'll kill off some penalty time. Here's Borgen. We just came from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Maple Leafs took down the Flames 3-2 in overtime. Matthews with a snipe. Here's Matt Hellickson. Marlies just get it to center ice. Borgen's there and brings it in for Rochester. 3-on-1. Here's the shot. Stopped by Ian Scott. Goes to the boards. Back in front. They score! Power play goal. Rochester leads 1-0. Big goal for the Rochester Americans. It's all about getting it to the net, and when you have a 5-on-3, it's pretty easy to do. They have the 1-0 advantage. Look here, left alone in front, and Ian Scott he can't make that stop. Rochester has an early 1-0 lead, and they're still on the power play. Draw here at center ice. It's one back by Douglas. Rosen tries to get it down the ice. Douglas will do that. Fitzgerald. Here's a Glee. Given away. Gilmore turned it over. Breakaway. Rosen short-handed. He scores! Oh, wow! Quick turn of events. Rochester struck first on the power play. They're still on the power play, and Toronto answers back. It's a 1-1 tie. Wow. That's a big goal for the Toronto Marlies, especially to score your first in the playoffs as a short-handed goal. Beautiful for Callie Rosen. Face off back to center ice. Rochester is still on the power play, but they're going to be thinking twice now about giving it away like that again. Rosen flips it in deep. We're not even 5 minutes into game one, and we're tied at 1 here in Rochester. Here's Porter, and here come the Americans still on the power play. Fogarty gave it away. It's cleared off the boards and down into the Rochester zone, and that'll do it for that penalty. Fitzgerald has it. Plays to Fogarty, back in the corner. A giveaway. Kivihalme trying to get it back to his stick. Kept in by the Marlies. Douglas drops it back. Kivihalme was winding up for a shot, but lost control. Now in the corner, Anderson. Kivihalme. Douglas to the front of the net. Steves is waiting in front. Pass never got to him. Rochester again. There's a hit along the boards. Anderson in. Kivihalme. Here's Alex Steves. Drops it back. Hellickson and the Marlies just hold it in. Robertson. Here's Steves. Back in front. Anderson got past his stick and back down. Rochester. Lear in the zone. Trying to get to the net. Lear in. Shoots. That went wide. Not by much. Dia has it. Centers. Ellie. Kicked away by Scott. Here's Michaelis. Hellickson. Wide of the Rochester zone as it was blocked. Fitzgerald. Now in behind, Michaelis. Drops it back, Samela. Setting up Petronero in front of the net. Here come the Americans off a giveaway. And a great stick there to stop the rush. Now Lear's in. That's blocked. Rochester again has it. Gilmore tries the center. Marlies are there. Here's Mark Michaelis down the ice. Gilmore. Some more pushing and shoving here in the Rochester zone. Is breaking out with 7 minutes to go in the first. And another penalty here. I believe it's going to the Marlies again. It is, and that's going to be 3 penalties already here in the first period of Game 1. So to the power play for the 3rd time here in Game 1, and we're only in the first period. Toronto scored a short-handed goal, but they gave up a power play goal on the first attempt on the 5-on-3. It became a 5-on-4, and the Marlies scored short-handed. Face-off here on the left side of the net in the Toronto zone. Tied at 1 here in the first. Davidson, Borgen, center, that shot. Stopped by Scott, a great blocker read. And the Marlies get it up and down the ice, just to center. Davidson. There's a Gleave. He finds Fogarty on the play. Big hit. Marlies trying to regain the puck. Here comes Rochester. Steves gets it back out again for Toronto. 5.5 just about to go here in the first period. Marlies Americans tied at 1 here in Game 1. Here's a Gleave to the net. To Porter. He's stopped by Scott. And a big hit behind the goal. And going after is Robertson. Here's Weir again. Picked up by Robertson and played down the ice to kill more. Penalty tie. Robertson going after that puck shorthanded. Here's Porter. Big hit on Kevin Porter. A Gleave at center ice. Gave it away to Nick Robertson. Here he comes shorthanded. Another shorthanded rush. And that's stopped by Tokarski. Just got a piece of it with the stick as the Rochester Americans blocked most of it. And that slowed it down easy for Tokarski. Marlies and Americans tied at 1 late here in the first period of Game 1, and we've had great action. The draw back to full strength. It's 1 back. Marlies control off the face-off. Gabriel in front. Settles down with a shot. Stopped by Tokarski. McMahon back. Hellickson fires. That's blocked. McMahon again in front of the net. Settle down Gabriel. He plays it back in front of the goal. There's Tokarski with the answer. Here comes Smith, and here come the Rochester Americans in. Shot. Stopped by Ian Scott. Hellickson. Here's McMahon. That's given away. Murray to Davidson. Rochester has control coming down to the final minute of this first period here in Game 1. Hellickson. Targachitsev. Down and easily kicked aside by Tokarski. Borgen in his own end. He has Davidson to Cornell. Here come the Rochester Americans. That shot a mile wide. Gabriel back across. And that'll do it for 1. Marlies and Americans tied at 1 after 1 here in Game 1. Shots to go in the game are 9 for the Rochester Americans, 4 for the Toronto Marlies. The hits 6 aside. Faceoffs 4-3 Rochester. The Americans 1 for 3 on the power play. Toronto didn't have one. They scored a short-handed goal on the second Rochester power play. 1-1 after 1. Welcome into the second period here tonight from Rochester, the Marlies, and the Americans. Period 2 here in Game 1. Here we go. Face-off 1 back. Nick Robertson ended the season, the regular season, with 40 goals. Dia, here's a stop by Scott in front. A great chance there for the Americans. But as we said, Nick Robertson, 40 goals in the season for the Toronto Marlies. Yeah, what a performance by Nick Robertson. He was a force. Came back from injury and scored at will every game. Here's Weir. So Nick Robertson at the moment is on a 21-game scoring streak. Anderson. Here's Alex Steves. He has a breakaway. Steves. He's stopped by Tokarski. Robertson going after it at the boards. Weir. Here's Fitzgerald. Ellie. Oh, you know Rochester's going to try to close the ice on Robertson. Here's Nick Robertson now. Has the puck, gets around. Goes to the net. A shot. That didn't miss by much. Anderson back. Drops it. Finkelstein. That shot's wide of the net. Robertson picks it up in the corner again. Trying to get back in front. Fogarty sticking the way, and the Americans have control in their own zone. Robertson giving him trouble. Ellie, not out. Robertson again to the puck. Gave it away. Kivihalme shoots. Stopped by Tokarski. Fitzgerald. Kivihalme back. In front, Robertson. He couldn't settle it down. Fogarty. A Gleave. Here comes Rochester. That's played back out. Kivihalme back wide of the Rochester net. Samella's line on the ice now for Toronto. Here come the Americans. Through center and over the Toronto wide. Little bit of talk here. Fogarty, a shot stopped by Scott. Rebound was in front. And Samela will just get it down the ice. And that will be icing. Past the halfway mark of period 2. Tied at 1 here in game 1 from Rochester. Face off here, right side of the Marley net. That's one back. Americans had control. Samela digs it free to Mark Michaelis and back into the Rochester end. Now some words between the two in the Rochester zone, and now some pushing and shoving is commencing. The Americans have possession, and another penalty is coming to the Toronto Marlies. Davidson in, Porter, extra attacker on the ice for the Americans shorthanded as it's touched up by Samela. Rochester back to the power play for the 4th time tonight. They're 1 for 3. Marlies have to stop taking penalties. This is not going to end well if you constantly take penalties in this game. Draw here. They're 1 for 3 tonight. 5 shots a goal. That rolls outside the zone. Samela races after it. Here's Samela, shorthanded. In again. Scores! What a goal! Samela with a quick fake goes upstairs. Toronto leads 2-1. Their second shorthanded goal tonight. Both goals so far to start the playoffs for the Marlies, shorthanded, and this was a dagger in the hearts of the Rochester Americans. What a goal. Wow. Another shorthanded goal for the Marlies, their second tonight, and their first lead. Face off back here to center. That came only 16 seconds into the Rochester power play. Draw one, Hellickson plays it down the ice. Americans have control in their own end. Borgen being pushed there in his own end. Now some more pushing and shoving going on. And the Americans are about to have their second 5-on-3 tonight. Their 5th power play. Wow. 5-on-3 Rochester. Here inside the second period, it was the same thing in the first, and that's how Rochester scored their first goal. Marlies have 2 shorties on the night. 6:09 to go here, second period. Draw one back by the Americans on this power play. Setting up Fogarty in front. Aglieve. Back to the point, Davidson looking for a lane. Fogarty gives it away. Dargachintsev getting in the way. Davidson's shot is blocked. Good play by the Marlies. Big hit along the boards. And touched up here. That's going to be another penalty. Wow. Another penalty. That's going to be boarding. And I don't know if it's a 5-minute minor because it was a clear cross-check. It's going to be charging another Rochester power play here. And the power play clock resets. Draw coming. And that's one back by the Marlies in their own end. Hellickson has control. So 5-on-3 for a minute and a half now. They did reset on the penalty. Here's Dia. In for Rochester. Tried to settle it back. That's given away. Here's Matt Hellickson. He's taken down. And there's no call. Wow. No call on a clear trip. Yet Rochester's had 6 power play opportunities now. That is horrible officiating. I'm sorry to say it, but clear trip on that play. No call. We're in. Here's a shot by Ellie. That's stopped by Scott. Kept in by the Americans. Played, and Marlies drop it back behind their goal. They have possession, and they play it down the ice, right on net. 27 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Steal here, shorthanded. Marlies again. What a play. Faking backhand shot blocked in front. Gilmore. Here's Dia. Here comes Rochester. 3-on-1 again. Weir shoots. Stopped by Scott. End of that one. Elena clears it back to center and down onto the Rochester net. Fitzgerald. Douglas going after a big hit. Marlies possession again. Pass in front to Robertson. It bounces off his stick. He gets it back with a fake and a move in front. Tried to find Douglas. That didn't work out. Here's Weir, and here comes Rochester again. Fitzgerald in the zone. Slows down. Ellie. Stopped by Scott. Throws it. Robertson down the ice. And that's it for that 5-on-3. Didn't produce. They gave up a shorthanded goal. Here's Ellie. It wasn't on the 5-on-3. They gave up the shorthanded, though. It was 5-on-4 at the time. Chance in front. They score! Looked like interference, but they're saying it's a good goal, and we're tied. Remy Ellie. Right there, you can see the interference on the pad. I'm surprised they're not calling this back. Horrible. So it's a 2-2 tie. And that was clear interference. Rochester's getting away with a lot tonight, and now they are tied again. Face off here to center ice. Ellie with his second tonight, his second of the playoffs. Here's Borgen to a Gleave. Off his stick it goes. Samela picks it up for Toronto. Has possession in his own end. Gets it ahead to Mark Michaelis. Here's Mark Michaelis. He turns it over. Fogarty back to it. The Americans taken down on the play. Here's a Gleave to the net. He scores! And Rochester has the lead back 3-2. Wow, Rochester came out of nowhere, and this is bad. This is not good at all, and this game has definitely been one-sided tonight. Marlies, both their goals are short-handed. They're now trailing in this game 3-2. Face off back to center ice. That's won back by the Americans. Here's Borgen. Davidson. That second Rochester goal for sure should have been interference, and there was a clear trip on the play before that, and no call. The Marlies still haven't had a power play. Rochester's had 6. It's 3-2 Americans after 2. Shots to goal in the game are 17 for the Americans, 9 for the Marlies. The hits 11-10 Toronto. Faceoffs 11-5 Rochester. The Americans are 1 for 6 on the power play. Toronto hasn't had one. Toronto, both their goals are short-handed. Welcome into the third period here tonight from Rochester. The Americans hold a 3-2 advantage to start the third period. Here's the face-off. Won back by Robertson. The pass ahead. That's off a stick and into the Rochester zone. Anderson after his man. Gilmore's taken down. Big play there. Big hit by the Toronto Marlies. Here's Steves after his man. He crushes him. And here comes Rochester back in. Tempers flaring here in Rochester at the moment. Here's the pass in front of the net. That chance centered. Dia. Here's Gilmore to Ellie. Finding Fitzgerald. Gilmore with it. Ellie, that shot to the net. That's handled. Petronero was going back after it. Now another hit in the corner. Marlies physical here in the third. Here's Joey Anderson. Slows down, gave it away. Fitzgerald circles back in his own zone. Now pushing and shoving here again in the Rochester end. And here come the Americans. Gilmore, that shot didn't miss by much. Samela, not out of the zone. Kept in by the Americans. Fitzgerald, now Samela back to the puck. Ahead to Mark Michaelis. Here comes Mark Michaelis in with some room. Here's Michaelis trying to get to the goal. And now Fogarty has it back, and here come the Rochester Americans. Another push and shove. Here's a Gleave. That's blocked. It goes to the boards. Marlies, Kimmy Holme. Mark Michaelis. Here's Samela back down into the Rochester end. Yeah, these two teams not liking each other, and finally they're going to drop the gloves. First punch getting in there, and second by Borgen, and now Samela's going back at him. And look at Samela go. Borgen defending, but Samela takes him to the ice. A fight stoppage here in period 3. Yep. And you knew tempers were going to flare. The Toronto Marlies haven't had a single power play in this game. Rochester's had 6. It is definitely lopsided. Face off here in the Rochester zone. We're still full strength after that scrum. Draw one back by Dargachitsev. Kivihome shoots. That's blocked in front. The Americans have control in their own end. Now into the Toronto zone. Rochester looking to get to the goal. Here's Nelson along the boards. Marlies McMahon gets it ahead. Finkelstein and offside here against Rochester. Face off coming here just outside the Marlies zone. Yeah, it's not been a fun first game for the Toronto Marlies. Everything has gone Rochester's way, that is for sure. More pushing and shoving, and another penalty is coming here to the Marlies. The Americans in. A Gleave centers back. Nelson shot. That's blocked. Marlies trying to touch up to get this penalty underway. That chance stopped by Scott. And he will cover. 7:41 to go in the third. Rochester back to the power play. So Rochester back to the power play. 7th power play tonight. The Marlies haven't had a single one. Draw one back. Here's Petronero. He finds Curtis Douglas shorthanded. Douglas taken down by a hit. Marlies didn't like that, and there's no penalty on the play. Another coming to the Marlies. Are you kidding me? Here's Weir. Brings it in for Rochester. They're about to have their third 5-on-3 tonight. 8 power plays. Wow. So back to the penalty box go the Marlies again, 5-on-3. And another power play for Rochester. Unacceptable. Draw one back by the Americans. Marlies have possession. Kivihalme finds Callie Rosen. He has a short-handed goal tonight. And here he comes again. Rosen moving in with a shot. That's blocked. Has it again. Goes behind the net. Looks for a lane in front. And get to the Kapaka. He shoots towards the goal. That broke a stick. And here come the Americans inside. Here's Weir to the net. Back in front to Ellie. A big stop Scott to prevent the hat trick. Another shot. Scores! Power play goal. And it's Ellie with the hattie. This one's over. Tell me it's not a one-sided game tonight. Wow. Face off back to center ice. There's still 6 minutes to play. It's now 4-2. Here's Fitzgerald. So Marlies, both their goals shorthanded tonight. This time, nothing comes from it, but another 5-on-3 goal for the Americans, their second tonight. All well. Here's Petronero. In comes Toronto shorthanded. Pass across. That's stopped on the chance by Steves. Gilmore. Here's Fogarty. Plays it to Gilmore. Back over to Agleve. In comes Rochester. That's back out. Fitzgerald is offside. And a hit after the play. Face-off coming here. Douglas to take it outside the Marley zone. One back by Douglas. That's played. Given away. Gilmore has possession to Porter. And they come on this Rochester power play. Kivihalme couldn't settle it down. Agleve. That goes wide of the net. Samela trying to steal it in the corner. They still can't get the puck. Finally they do, and out to center. Fitzgerald brings it back in. It's offside. Draw here outside the Marley zone. Shots are 21-10 Rochester because it's been a one-sided game tonight. Played in by Robertson. Fitzgerald. He plays it ahead to Porter. And the Americans have it at center ice. In over the line. Into the corner now, the Toronto end. Kivihalme. Here's Alex Steves on the ice. Trying to produce something. He has Robertson with him. That shot missed the net. Here's Kivihalme back in front. Centered. They score! Nick Robertson. 22 straight games on a scoring roll. And the Marlies are back within one here in the final minute. Big goal for the Toronto Marlies. It comes here in the final minute to make it 4-3. And finally something to cheer about for the Toronto Marlies here in this third period. Great pass across. Nick Robertson doesn't make a mistake. And Rochester can't believe that that found its way in. The Americans have it here. Tokarski plays it out. Gilmore in his own end. Tries to get it out. Dia has it. Here's Samela back in. No offside. That shot to the net. Blocked in front. Kapaka tried to settle it down. Ellie has it back. Marlies can't keep it in. And here's Ellie again stealing it. He has a hat trick tonight in this game. Goes to the net and scores. Wow. 4-goal night for Ellie. 5-3 Rochester. The only guy that can score for the Rochester Americans. Wow. 5-3 Rochester, and that will pretty much put this thing away. Face-off back to center here. 35 seconds. That's one back by the Americans. Borgen to Ellie. He finds Weir. Americans just try to get it to the net again. Picked up by Kapaka. Here comes Toronto. In, maybe a rush. That pass across. Stopped by Tokarski holding on. 22.7 seconds left. 5-3. Face off here. Robertson to take it. Did not win this one, and it was a much-needed face-off win. And you can pretty much call this one good night. The Americans in the corner. Pass in front of Glebe. That's stopped by Scott. Down to the final 10 seconds. Here comes Matt Hellickson. All he's got for Toronto. That shot stopped by Tokarski. 5 seconds left. So hope you're feeling proud, Rochester. This was definitely a one-sided game. Don't try to say it wasn't. Here's a backhand chance that's stopped. And a power play for the Marlies with 3 seconds left. Wow. No playoffs all game, and they call one with 3 seconds left. That's a punch in the face. Draw here. That's one back by the Americans. Borgen played the Lear, and that'll do it 5-3. Rochester takes game 1.